So I'm here with the visible liberal and with Ron Placone. How you doing?
Hello, America.
Howdy, howdy.
So I've been giving Keith Ellison a hard time. I think deservedly so. The Democratic, we're at a crisis in our country, right? And so we either come out of this better or worse, and I want to come out of it better, right? The reason why we have Trump is because the Democratic Party's been so horrible for a long time. So Trump is a symptom, not the cause. And so now all the establishment corporate Democrats are trying to pretend like the only problem is Trump, and all we have to do is get rid of Trump. No, they don't talk about the reason why we got Trump. The reason why we got Trump is because both political parties have turned their back on the working class. That's why. Those people who voted for Trump didn't vote for Jeb Bush because they knew Jeb Bush was going to sell them out faster than anything. They didn't vote for Ted Cruz. They didn't vote for Jeb Bush. They didn't vote for establishment politicians. So we got to have something better to offer people than what Hillary Clinton was offering, which was warmed over corporatism delivered by a stiff wooden person who was a phony and couldn't hide it. Most politicians can hide that they're phonies. She can't hide it. So guess what? So I've been urging the Democrats to do an autopsy on the party so we can move forward, because if we don't, it looks like the Democrats are just doing the same goddamn thing. And that's a loser. I ain't going to vote for the Democrats. Are you going to vote for the Democrats, Ron?
Come on, Ron.
I don't know what I'm going to do this early on. It's too early to say.
Are you going to vote for the
see what the
Democrats,
cleanup
Steph, if
does.
they keep sounding like they're sounding?
No.
If they can't stand up for single payer, are you going to vote for them?
Not at all.
No, me neither. DNC, Ron's not as radical as I am. Ron,
Well, there's still a lot of time until 2018. I want
asking if the
I want to see
Democrat-
what some of these movements do.
but let's say the Democrats are exactly how they are right now. Like Tom Perez with his platitudes.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. So here, I like this headline. Look at this. Look at this headline. This is from April 20th. That's from 420. DNC deputy chair says Obama partly to blame for Trump victory, Democratic losses.
That's shocking.
Isn't that shocking?
Yes.
So that's good. By the way, that's good to see. Good on you, Keith Ellison. Deputy chairman of the Democratic National Committee, Representative Keith Ellison, is blaming former President Barack Obama in part for some of the Democratic Party's losses in 2016. How could you frickin' not blame him? He was president for 8 years, and the Democrats got wiped out. He came into power, and the Democrats owned government. And he immediately snapped into action, Barack Obama, implementing right-wing, corporate-friendly policies and screwing workers. And after 8 years of that shit, the Democrats are wiped out. So are the Republicans, by the way, because nobody wanted to vote for an establishment Republican. That's why they got Trump. The Minnesota Democrat said that Obama could have been a better party leader. Could have been a better party leader at an event at the University of Minnesota on Wednesday. The fact that he wasn't has put his legacy in jeopardy. Look at Keith Ellison.
Well, this is miles away from Buck Up.
This is miles away from Buck Up, right? Yeah, it really is. Wow, Keith Ellison, what the F? Ellison, despite being a great fan of President Obama, we're all big fans. Oh, we're all big fans. I'm a big fan of Barack Obama. I mean, the guy's great. He's a great politician. He's a great speaker. Every time he talks, my pants fall to their ankles. I love him. Despite being a great fan of President Obama and voting for many of the things he supported, criticized Obama, saying that he should have paid closer attention to party politics and engaged more with Democratic leaders to help protect their positions in office and thus protect his legacy. Wow, Keith frickin' Ellison. Truth bomb. Woo, that thing explodes and takes your head right off with a dose of truth. Whew. His legacy is the work he's done, which I believe is tremendous, Keith Ellison said. I'm getting mixed messages. Now he's got to go. But given we lost a lot of state house seats, governorships, secretary of states, his true legacy is in danger. And I think he can't say that he wasn't part of those losses. I mean, who else? Wow. Boom, boom. Isn't that surprising to hear Keith Ellison say this stuff?
Yeah, I want
Yeah.
to know why he's saying it.
I want to know why he's
so
saying
now
this.
I'm curious. I want to know why he's throwing, he's letting everybody know that President Obama's legacy, I don't know. I don't really care about Obama's legacy. I care about health care.
Right.
I care about no more wars.
I like how he says he can't say that he wasn't part of those losses. I mean, who else? Oh.
Well, see, what I get from that part is he's pretty much saying the party as a whole dropped the ball completely.
And
but of
he's the
course, the
leader.
guy at the top, he's the leader. He's the president, which, yeah, that does make total sense. You can't put it all on him, but you can't put it all just on the president. I mean, the party as a whole really just crumbled. But
he
yeah,
is,
dude,
he's
at the
he
top.
is the head of the party.
He's
He
the head of the
sets the
party.
agenda for the party. I mean,
Right.
who else? That's what he says. Who
That's
else?
what he's saying. And
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense.
He's great at getting himself elected. Oh, that sounds like a slam, doesn't it, Arno? That sounds like a slam. He's great at getting himself elected, but should have worked much more closely with Congress. And I think in 2014, we had a record low voter turnout, Ellison said of Obama. Oh, he is frickin'. People say I'm brutal. That's a guy, he's the head of the party. Deputy head.
Number 2, bestie.
Why don't you say shit like that more? Why don't you remind people what happened? Why don't you frickin' read this book and then tell people what happened? Tell people how we got to this place, because that's what the Democrats aren't doing. And he did it a little bit there, so kudos to Keith Ellison. I'm big applause. I've given you a hard time when I thought you deserved it, and I'll give you applause when I think you deserve it. These are dire times. We're in dire straits. No more messing around. There's a right-wing takeover of government right now by someone who everyone says is an existential threat to our democracy, and the Democrats right now are offering more of the same. More of the same that got us Trump. And you call me irresponsible? Isn't that the height of irresponsibility? Not changing one... In fact, they've gone further right, because now the DNC's taken corporate money, and they weren't doing that before. So... All right, there you go, Keith Ellison. I would encourage you to keep it up.
I want to know why he's saying this.
I want to know why.
I want to know what party he didn't get invited to.
What-
Honestly, like, why is he in April saying this? In the Unity Tour? How is this unifying?
Well, he's not on the Unity Tour.
Maybe that's why he's saying it.
Maybe it's the Unity
Maybe
Tour.
he's
Is Tom,
mad.
maybe the Unity Tour is Tom Perez and Bernie Sanders. Okay. Well, Keith Ellison, I do realize today we've never made an attempt to get you on the show, actually. So I'm going to invite you right now on the show. I know you watch.
Hey, maybe he saw our Buck Up video.
Maybe he saw
That
our
was pretty
buck-
popular on the internet.
it sure was.
Maybe he saw it and he was like, snap, I did. Yeah, okay. And maybe that's why this happened.
A lot of people like that Buck Up video. Maybe that's why. Maybe it is that. You're going to credit me, Ron? Thank you.
Maybe, who knows? You never know.
I'll take that credit. I think Ron's right. I think he's 100% right that Keith Ellison saw our Buck Up video and it sunk in, and that's why he's saying this, Steph. That's why he's
Okay.
saying this.
All
He's like,
right.
I'll show you who's taking crumbs. I ain't taking crumbs no more.
Huh? You
my-
don't think we're powerful? We have an effect? First of all, a lot of people already have come to the conclusion that we cost Hillary the election. And I say we fucking did. And that's why you should be nicer to us.
Yes.
You know, it's like there's a Bill Hicks joke. Bill Hicks does this great joke. He said, I was talking to a guy the other day. He says, the Jews killed Jesus. The Jews killed God. And he goes, really? Boy, if I thought the Jews killed God, I'd start worshiping the Jews. There's some pretty badass motherfuckers. They killed God. How powerful are they? So if I'm able to take down Hillary Clinton and $2 billion and her whole frickin' machine, then you better frickin' be nicer to me, because I'll do it again. And Keith Ellison watched our video, and it worked. Now he's coming around. So guess what? All the other people in the Democratic Party, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm glad to do the Buck Up video. I'm glad to do it. A lot of people love that video. Mike, the Humanist Report, said he liked that video. He was on my side on that video. So
Popular video.
very popular video.
Still gets some retweets.
Still
it was
gets
a while ago.
people still tweeting that out. So, well, you're welcome. And thanks for supporting the show because we're making progress.